With so many anime shows out there, it can be very hard to pick what you want to watch next. And if you look at a list of what I've watched, you can tell it's not just based on popularity. So then let's see how I pick shows, shall we? So this is a spreadsheet of what I watched, and it's a little different from my MyAnimeList account, where I only put completed shows, so there are shows like Bleach where all the seasons are under the one page, and shows I would be too embarrassed to put on that list. Which is probably surprising considering the shows on my profile. But to analyze, I have my to watch list for, at this point, above 50 shows that I wish to eventually watch. Though that doesn't cover sequels, only the first seasons of the shows. So for sequels and shows I want to watch soonish, I have the next 5, which is just between the sequels and to my to watch list, to limit the choice and to actually start watching something. Now at this point, how does a show make it to my to watch list? It's usually one of the 4 following ways. 1. It's popular and highly regarded. You can see this at the top of my list with shows like Black Clover, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter, and One Punch Man. 2. It looks interesting from my anime list. I do a bit of browsing on the site, and a title or picture that looks appealing or interesting will get a show on my list. Higehiro, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway, or Suzume's door locking. 3 is suggestions. Some examples would be Fruits Basket, Dr. Stone, I Wanna Eat Your Pancreas, and Toradora. And 4th is probably the weirdest. Sometimes I find myself watching an anime opening compilation, which generally, if I see an interesting opening, it will also feature in my list. Some examples of titles would be Granblue, Kaguya-Sama, and Pretty Boys Detective Club. Okay, so that's how I currently pick shows, based on interest. However, when I first watching shows, I had no clue or method to choosing. So how did I? First, I picked a show that looked generally interesting to me. So to tell the story of how this happened, I watched the Ace Attorney anime, as I enjoyed Ace Attorney. Beyond finishing that, I watched an episode of Attack on Titan, which was a suggestion I had heard from a big creator. I was watching stuff I was interested in at the time. Point is, I didn't enjoy said show. Moving on from that, I tried ReZero under a similar situation, though Crunchyroll's advertising of ReZero also got me to watch it. So I did. I watched a season, and then randomly picking a show, I got Love Live, the school one. I watched the whole season and a bit of it. I don't get it. I don't know why I did it. It's not like I really enjoyed it. And I also tried to watch Dr. Stone, which I've now finished, but at the time I watched 1 episode and dropped it, which will lead me into my second point soon. But to finish this one, after all this, I found my love for anime with Kaguya-Sama Love is War. So pick something that grabs you, then expand later. You'll find a better understanding for a completely unrelated series after you watch one you can personally grasp the concept of. Phew, that was a long point. The second one is just pick a short series. I recommend a maximum season 1 episode count of 13, just so you can test the series. And third and finally, don't get too attached to a series or show. It's all fine to have favorites and preferences, however becoming too attached may lead to one of the following. Getting disappointed by the end of said series, watching only worse shows to prove to yourself that the one you like is the best, or becoming a My Hero fan. Your choice. Also, to the 7 billion My Hero fans, that was a joke, and I meant it as becoming a toxic devotee to your fanbase, which not all of you are. So, why is this all important? I believe everything I said is important due to making your anime experience enjoyable. Despite everyone's different tastes, there can be an aggression that everyone needs to watch this first, or that only real anime fans have watched a certain series. You see it a lot with hobbies actually. But to stay on track, it's why you can see a lot of people try anime and say it's not for them. They just aren't trying the right shows, or are getting pushed into a show they don't want to watch. Well, I hope this is a short but helpful guide to new anime fans or veteran ones to pick shows that they will enjoy and not end up watching Lucky Star. With all that said, thanks for watching. As for uploads, I'll be doing bonus uploads from February to at least April. Those will come out at the first of each month, to oppose to What Have I Been Watching, which will continue to come out mid-month. But I will see you all next time. Bye!
that there's